Hi, welcome back. This is part 9 to what if Deku was born with a hybrid quirk. So when we left off, Izuku had an interaction with a woman that could conceal her presence completely. And before she completely disappeared, her eyes kind of glowed green, and well, like this is going to be something that comes into play later on. And for all of those who haven't really been picking up on stuff, little drops and hints that I've put throughout, like every couple episodes there's a few hints about some other stuff, and it's been getting to a point it's going to play a big role. So that being said, let's get into this. So like that afternoon when Izuku and Katsuki are heading home, like Izuku gets a call from Shinzo asking him if he can show him some more moves and for like a spar match. And so Deku agrees to this, and he also gets a text from Momo and Kendo seeing if they can come out and kind of like work out with him. And he's like, Izuku's like, this is actually perfect. Like, if they're not using their quirks and everything, these two and Shinzo could actually could have decent sparring matches like that day, and he can kind of like sit there and like help all three of them out at the same time, like pointing out like their flaws and stuff. Because at this point, like Izuku is known in the class as being a martial artist, along with like the tail guy, and him and the tail guy have like actually become like good friends, and they've kind of like explained like their different schools of martial arts and everything, and because Izuku kind of saw his own style of martial arts and like kind of asked him about it. So the next day comes and stuff, and so Shinzo like arrives early in the morning, because Izuku said like, well, if you want to work out with me, like you got to get here early in the morning, because like there's a few other people that are going to be coming over, and like I'm not really going to be doing weight training and stuff like that. And Shinzo kind of like shows up like earlier than like Momo and in Kendo. So Izuku's sitting there like working out, and then like he tells Shinzo to like work on like show him his like katas, like basically his forms and stuff, while he's like just doing like running on the treadmill, basically building up his strength, because he kind of like lost out a couple of weeks of working out, and he doesn't want to get left behind by Katsuki. So about an hour passes, and Izuku's finishing up. At this point, Suri has like come out in the backyard and told Izuku that the pretty ladies are back, and Izuku kind of is like, sorry, and Momo and Kendo kind of like heard this, and like they kind of blushed a little bit from like hearing that, and and Mitsuki tells them that they're out, like Izuku's out back like working out and everything. So like they go to the backyard and they see Shinzo, and Shinzo's like, what's going on? And pardon me. So Izuku explains to Shinzo that, well, I asked them here today because, like, we're going to be working on, like, all of your, like, they both wanted to work on some martial arts with me to, for the sports festival. And so he's giving them pointers and stuff while, like, they spar each other, like in a three-way spar, because Izuku explains that, yeah, like, you can do one-on-one fights, but, like, if you ever, like, during being a hero, sometimes you gotta fight multiple opponents at the same time. So, like, they're going at it with each other, like, do it during a few, like, a couple of sparring matches, like, one-on-one, and then a one-on-one-on-one. And then Izuku kind of, like, walks up to them after they're fatigued and stuff, and kind of marks them and, like, kind of heals them a little bit. Like, they rest for about 45 minutes to, like, eat and everything, and then they digest their food, and then afterwards they're like, whoa, like, we feel energized. And he's like, well, that's good, because now all three of you need to attack me, like, at once. And don't hold back, because, like, I can take it. Even if you hit me, I probably wouldn't even feel it with, like, how strong you guys are. And Kendo kind of laughs at this. She's like, yeah, you're probably right. And, like, both Momo and Shinzo kind of look at her like, what do you mean? And it's like, well, he's kind of always been like that. He's always, like, I remember one time he got kicked in the stomach, and, like, it seemed like he didn't even feel it when we were kids. And Shinzo's like, what do you mean? And Kendo and Momo kind of explained that they used to know Izuku when they were all kids, and then Shinzo asks, like, Kendo and Momo, so did you guys know each other as well? And, like, they're like, no, we knew Izuku from like, different reasons. Kendo's like, Izuku, he took classes from my dad. And Momo says, well, Izuku's deceased dad, he and my dad were kind of friends, and, like, we met each other a couple of times because of Mr. Hisashi's work with my dad. And sometimes he would bring Izuku to the office, and, like, we would play when we were little kids. And Shinto's like, oh, that's kind of cool, like, that all three of you are in UA now together. And, like, they all kind of laugh. And so, like, towards the, like, in the afternoon, like, they're wrapping it up and everything. And Izuku gets a call from Kirishima asking if he wants to hit the gym and everything with him, because he has some things he wants to talk to him about. And so Izuku lets Mitsuki know that he's heading to the gym, and he goes upstairs and asks Katsuki, he's like, yo, man, you want to hit the gym with me? Like, I'm meeting up with Kirishima. And Katsuki's like, I'm sorry, bro, but, like, I got other plans. Uraraka kind of, like, asked me to help her out, like, this week with some training and stuff, and, like, to teach her some more moves and stuff. And Izuku looks at her, he's like, sure she did. And that's probably all you guys are planning on doing is training, right? Kind of, like, poking at him and everything. Because in a previous part I mentioned that Izuku said he's gonna, like, poke fun at him because Mitsuki said, like, she wanted to meet the girl that captured Katsuki's heart and everything. So we skip later on that afternoon. Izuku shows up at the gym, like, he signs up for a slot for one of the court training rooms because he figures that that way he can kind of look at it, like look at Kirishima's progress and stuff. And a couple minutes after Izuku gets there, Kirishima walks in, followed by our favorite alien-looking girl from Class 1A, Ashido. And Izuku kind of like looks at Kirishima and looks at her, and Kirishima is like, "What? What is it?" And it's like, nothing. And Kirishima's like, yeah, like when she found out I was meeting up with you to like do some training and stuff, like she wanted to like tag along. I hope that's okay. And Izuku's like, it's fine. Like, is that the only reason? And at this point, like Ishido kind of like blushes a little bit, but not like noticeably because of the coloration of her skin. Like she just gets a little like slightly lighter. And Ishido asks Deku, so what's so special about this gym and everything? And this is when Kirishima's like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. The reason why I come out here like all the time, like it's kind of like out of the way from like where we live in town, is this facility is actually owned by a pro hero that has a special license to like do some quirk counseling, so he has special rooms and stuff in the gym. And Izuku's like, yeah, and if you're under 16, you kinda have to get permission from your parents to like use the permission slip to work out in these places. And she's like, man, I should have gotten that and everything. And Izuku's like, well, we could, but I'm not sure boss would like it. And so he asks the owner, and the owner's like, well, I can't do it when you guys are unsupervised. Just like give me a moment. And like he finds someone else to cover the front desk and everything. And he's like, also Izuku, like I had a special roommate that for you and Katsuki, like, and then like we have her for like A, B, C, and D, and then now we also have special room that I personally used myself for like my sidekicks and stuff. And Izuku was like, when did you have that made? And he's like, last week. And he's like, why didn't you let us use it? He's like, well, like a few of my sidekicks were in there, like doing it, like working out themselves. Otherwise, I would have offered it to you guys. But since she doesn't have a permit, as long as I'm there personally, you guys can use your quirks and stuff. And Izuku's like, thanks, man. Like, it would have sucked that she wouldn't be able to come in the room with us and she had to sit in the observation deck all the whole time. And then Izuku looks towards Kirishima, and he's like, yo man, come on, like we're going to a special training room and stuff, and like she can come, Ishido can like come and like she can work on her quirk too while like I go over a few things with you. And once they get to the room, Izuku's like Ishido is like over with a pro. He's like working with her, and Izuku's like talking to Kirishima and everything, and he's like, so how much weight are you up to? And Kirishima's like, well, I'm up to about 600 kg, like in total. And Izuku kind of looks at him and is like, yo dude, what? And Kirishima's like, yeah, like I kind of been like adding weight every few days. Like, I don't know, like lately I've just Like, I got to a point and like now it just feels natural like every couple of days, and Izuku's like, well, you should plateau right there. Don't like go any much because you could do some damage to your body. Like, it'll stunt your growth. And Kirishima looks at Izuku and is like, yeah, but like you use way more. And Izuku's like, well, that's because of my quirk.